Today's video takes us out to the Beat the Champ series at Central Lanes in Salamanca, New York. Now, take a note here. These guys are not professional bowlers, but that doesn't mean they suck. The crowd is getting into it, and look at this guy. He's trying to figure out what's going on back there, so he says, I don't know what they're doing back there. And she doesn't care. They're bowling, son. At least that's what Neil Young would say, and you might have noticed he happens to be in the crowd today for the Beat the Champ series. So today's episode is brought to you by Leaving Them Hanging. You'll understand why more in a moment, but here's a sneak preview. No. Okay. First match is what we're going to focus on, Dan Gould versus Bill Swiat. And here we go. These guys, as I said, are good bowlers. Oh, waiting for the handshake, waiting to be told to go. Let's get this going. Yeah, he says. And there's the cue. Time for the handshake, and Dan Gould will lead us off. And he seems to be using a bowling ball there that I actually own. I believe that is the Fever Pitch from Storm. You see there that Dan Gould has an average, a league average of 232. So keep that in mind as he bowls here on wood lanes. That's the difference here. Here's his first shot, and it goes right through the nose, and he didn't want to leave that, but he did. That's the 3-6, and we'll see if he can pick it up. He should, right? I mean, 232 average. Anyway, these lanes here, central lanes, are actually wooden lanes. If you're not familiar with that, they are much more difficult to bowl on, as you'll see here as Dan Gould goes to pick up that spare and chop. And here comes the, hey, it's okay, dude, don't worry. No, I don't want any of that, he tells Swiat. That just cracked me up. So we're not going to play every shot of this game, but I wanted to go ahead and get you started. Now here, Bill Swiat has an average of 240 in regular league, though that's probably on synthetic lanes, which are seemingly more predictable. Wooden lanes, as I said, are a lot hotter. And he goes through the nose too. So both of them get an 8 count on their first ball of the game. And again, these are bowlers that, here we go again. You'll see here that ball just kind of right through the nose and does not finish well. Talking in circles here, but here we go for the spare. We'll see what Swiat can do with the spare. Let's see if he handles it better than Gould. And he does, and there you go. But we'll now see his second frame, and Swiat this time finds the pocket and nips the 7. Just gives it a little bit of a love tap. So, Gould up now in the second frame. He's a good bowler, right? So let's, whoa, that ball went way too out of bounds, and he leaves a mess. Let's see if he can pick it up, though, and redeem himself. Uses the storm again, and no. Speaking of love taps, no. 2 open frames in a row. Third frame here for Gould, and that ball just left a washout. Not a fun spare to try to pick up, and there you see Swiat saying, well, if you wouldn't have left me hanging earlier, maybe you'd have better luck. There goes the ball again. Yeah. These are not easy to pick up. It's a washout because the head pin is still up. And nope. That wasn't even close for Gould. So that'll bring us to Swiat in the third, up by 35 after 3 straight open frames from Gould. And Neil Young there sitting by himself. And another, beautiful strike right there. Oh, we're going to come back here for the fourth frame for Swiat, and that ball, the hop, skip, and jump didn't do it. Left himself a bucket, and we'll see if he can pick that up. And no. I think that Swiat would admit that he did not mean to put that ball on the left side. Gould in the fourth. Got it. No. But a chance to mark here. Left himself the 6-10. And we'll see it again here. If I remember right, that did, yeah, it just went a little bit too far. So he's either been too far right or too far left so far. Here he comes again with the spare opportunity in the fourth. And he just missed that one too. That is four straight open frames for the 232 average Gould. I'm not making fun of him here because these wooden lanes are not easy to bowl on. I myself have never done it, but I know how poorly I would bowl. So here we go in the fifth frame. Gould down by 40, desperately needs to string some strikes together. All right, they're looking. Well, not a bad shot. Definitely his best shot so far, but left that weak 10 there. You'll see they call this the weak 10 because that right there, that pin just kind of lays in the gutter. Here we go, the opportunity, and he makes it. And a little curtsy there by Gould. And and now it's okay. Now it's okay to fist bump. Apparently, that's the rule. I guess it makes sense. Gould's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. No, just kidding. Gonna go back there and talk to his family, I believe. Swiat up in his part of the fifth frame, up by 40. Beautiful shot right there, right in the pocket. Smackadoodle. Swiat in the sixth. That ball is not making it back, and it's another bucket. Gould's like, I got to go back to my family. I can't watch this. The replay here, you'll see the ball. You can't see it because his man bun's in the way, but and he's got a lovely man bun, does he not? I've got it. Is it okay to call it a man bun? I think so. It is a man bun. He's a man. It's a bun on top of his head. All right, let's see if he can put the ball on the correct side this time. No, it wasn't even close. Don't know what's going on with Swiat here, but he's having a hard time getting that ball in the right spot for those buckets on the left-hand side. He's not happy with himself for good reason. So we pick up action here in the seventh frame. Swiat still up by 29, and that right there, folks, what you call a ringing 10. And here's what I mean by that in case you're new to bowling. That second pin on the right, boing, that's the 3 pin, and it circles around the 10 pin. That's why they call it the ringing 10. Swiat again didn't like this shot, and he gets the light shaker and a strike. That's worth a little fist bump there. Let's watch this. Didn't like the shot right away. You see how he fell off the shot, and sometimes those hit better than you think they're gonna. You can watch his reaction from the front here. Oh, this one really sucks. Okay, I'll take it anyway. Better to be lucky than good. Here's Gould now down by 29 in the eighth. Let's see what he's got. And wow, little tap on the 10 pin, and son loves it there. Nice job, Dad. Nice strike. That was a double for him. Narrowed the lead down to 19 going into the ninth frame, the ever-important ninth frame. Gould's approach, the ball, and doesn't get back to the pocket. Doesn't get back to the pocket. Really could have used that strike in the ninth frame to put some pressure on Swiat, but unfortunately, that ball just does not come back. And that's the difficulty of some wooden lanes. They're just not predictable. Spare attempt, and boom, he gets that. So at least he's going into the 10th of the mark. There's a little fist bump there. Swiat will finish his game here in the 9th and 10th consecutively. That was his best strike of the game. He liked it, high flush, and that's just about going to do it here. I'm doing quick math here, and I think that all Swiat needs to do is get a good count on this ball, and the match is over. Oh, that, folks, is that weak 10 I was talking about earlier where the 3-pin ends up in the gutter and doesn't make a ring around the 10-pin. At this point, the game is over. And to make matters worse, Swiat misses the 10th frame, misses the 10 pin in the 10th frame, but they shake hands because the match is over.